to Brazil. Thank you for making your time available for us. And I think we are seeing you now.
Hello. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Great, lovely. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. Such a pleasure to be here with you today. So I'm going to go straight into the topic. Bom dia, everyone. And I'm really excited and eager to get into the topic. First, let me share a little bit about me. Let me introduce myself first. I'm Arantxa. I'm a product EVP for EF Education First. I've been working in products for almost 20 years. I love defining visions and turning them into reality. I love every single minute of that journey, from the blue sky thinking to planning and road mapping to getting and build all those things with the teams and hitting the ground and gathering all the customer feedback. So I consider myself being a very lucky person, I must say, for many reasons. But one of them is that I've been part of 3 different innovation waves: the mobile internet, mixed reality, and now AI. I was in Vodafone right in the epicenter when mobile internet happened. And when I started working for Vodafone, the mobile operator company, the phones were like you see in that picture, that Nokia over there. We didn't have internet on the phone as crazy as it feels today. We had something very similar to it, but it was not as we know it today. And every site the users could access from the phone, we had integrated first. Then the iPhone launch happened in 2007, and the launch of mobile data plans changed everything. And it was really exciting to kind of like be part of that wave. And then I eventually moved to Microsoft, where I led the HoloLens program outside of Redmond, outside of the US. And the HoloLens is that mixed reality device that you see me wearing on my head on that picture. And that was really fun and exciting. Like, the power of the technology to improve people's lives was gigantic. And for education too. I've always been really passionate about education as a way to open the world, to connect with other humans, to grow. And so I finally joined EF almost like 7 years ago. A fun fact is that I actually learned my English with EF as a teenager. I went abroad with them. And so I knew in my own experience how much learning English, in this case, can change your life. And I do extremely believe that it has the power to improve millions of lives and actually change entire economies. And so that's a little bit an overview of, my background. But then, because I believe in the power of human connection, I want to connect with you a little bit today, since I sadly cannot be there in person with you. And so on the personal side, I am Spanish and I'm also British. I lived in London for 11 years, and I'm the youngest of a family of 7 that then turned into 19. So I'm sure that you can imagine how fun a regular Sunday is at my parents, and how much I learn about society and people inside my own family. I'm very passionate about women in tech, because that's where I've been for more than the last 20 years. And so if anybody wants to have a chat about it, I'll be very happy to have a coffee with you. Just reach out and we can certainly talk. That's a very important part of myself. I am a mommy of 3 children of my own. So my life is definitely not boring. They keep me very busy, but equally they keep me with a very full heart. And that's really one of the biggest drivers I have in life. And then I really find that it's really fun doing the impossible. Sometimes it's not necessarily easy for women in tech, but it's certainly fun. And when somebody goes and says like, "Oh, I'm not sure that can happen," that really drives me. And I go, "Let's do it." It's like, that sounds like a nice challenge. So I do ultimately believe that all of us individually can make the world a better place, not by doing big actions, but by doing our best in our day-to-day. But I actually believe that better together. When we hold hands as humans, what we can achieve together, it's gigantic. So enough about me, but hopefully a nice intro on so that we can get a more fluent conversation. And now I'm going straight into the topic. And so I think it's fair to say that technology, there's a little bit of delay, I think. Anyway, technology is changing so fast nowadays, more than ever. And so the rate of change is really unprecedented. It's affecting every industry, and there are new products popping up every day, claiming that they're revolutionizing education. So as a matter of fact, there's a lot of noise, and it becomes really difficult to filter the areas where real impact can and will happen. And so I wanted to take you with me through the journey that we are going through in EF. And I think it's worth also saying that even though today I'm going to be focused on language education, when we build things, we keep a very wide lens. So everything I'm going to say, I think it's pretty much applicable to any other type of learning too. So I'm sure this is not news to you, but for 40 years, we've been facing the same problem. I'm sure you've heard about the Bloom Sigma 2 problem, but basically what it says is that one-to-one tuition is by far the best way to learn. It produces the best learning results, but it's not really scalable, is it? It's not affordable at scale. And so we haven't been able to solve for that yet. Though we believe in EF that with the new technologies and with AI, there is potential of changing this now. We could finally be solving this problem now. And to be clear, and I want to be super straight about this, we do not believe that AI will replace teachers. Language learning is innately a human experience, and it needs interactions with people. But what we do believe is that it will amplify the power of the teacher. It will augment the teacher, and it will go beyond the confines of the classroom. So let me try to illustrate that a little bit more throughout the course of this presentation. But given that we want to solve that problem, we have given ourselves a mission at EF. We want to empower every learner on the planet to fulfill their potential by making personal tuition accessible to everyone. So that's great. Now we have a clear vision, we have a clear North Star, but where are we in that journey? And so I want to show you where we stand today. I know that last year my friend Tim Aykroyd demoed Hyperclass to you all, and I'm sure you'd love it. And this year, what I'd love to do is to share with you an overview of what else we've done, so that then I can take you through the journey of what are we doing for the future. Let's watch a quick video, and hopefully the sound works. If it doesn't, please let me know.
Introducing Effector Education, a proven data-driven global platform offering personalized recommendations to accelerate learner progress. Education, a proven data-driven global platform offering personalized recommendations to accelerate learner progress. It all starts with Hyperclass, an award-winning immersive classroom that builds practical speaking skills and uses AI speech analysis to provide detailed performance insights. It's delivered in the Student Experience platform, where learners can book classes and track progress. Behind the scenes, the cloud infrastructure automates class fulfillment with near-perfect uptime. School operators benefit from real-time class observations and insights, and they can build engaging new content quickly with easy-to-use templates and instant publishing. Ultimately, this data-first ecosystem unlocks unique opportunities for personalization. We're developing AI tutors, uniquely trained on data from millions of language students worldwide, to recommend tailored learning journeys, motivate through automated feedback, and to generate personalized practice. Effector Education prepares schools for the future, delivering unparalleled learning experiences that help students to find their voice with English.
Right. So that's where we stand today. And I think it's worth saying that our tech works everywhere. It's here in your own country. This is a video of how our product is used in Brazil with more than 3.5 million users. And even though the product is actually thought for online classes, I wanted you to see that it actually does work in the classroom too. And so that's cool. we have a great start. Every component of that video that you've seen is data powered and is connected to the platform. So what that gives us is a unique data set from millions of students around the globe. And that scale of data has never been available before in education. So what that has done for us now is that has already unlocked an incredible world of possibilities and insights on learning. And so what we've done is we've analyzed that data and we've captured a bunch of metrics. And then we've seen that there's a correlation between the metrics and language fluency or language proficiency, if you'd like. And so now we can see how it changes over time. So all of a sudden, we can measure progress in fluency, which it was never that before. And since we can see the progress over time, we can see who is moving and who is not, then we can intervene at the right time to maximize the learning outcome. So that's cool, that's great, that's today. We're in a good place to start to basically deliver that vision of ours. But so what's next? How do we deliver that mission? How do we do it, and how does AI play a role in it? Well, the way that we like to think about it is that we have to solve for specific challenges that we encounter in language learning. Again, as I said at the beginning, I'm gonna frame it as a language learning product because that's what we do in our day-to-day, but this is also true for other types of education. And so I'm gonna take you one by one, and then I'm gonna show you what we are doing in each of these pillars, if you'd like. So motivation is key for learning a language. It takes time. It actually takes a long time to see or to feel progress. And it's fair to say, I think, that it's a big, long commitment. So we need mechanisms to keep the students engaged and motivated. And so one of the things that we are doing is generating these reports after every class, after every private class. The feedback in the classroom have traditionally been limited on our side. It has relied on the teacher's subjective evaluation. It could take time to produce. It's not necessarily instant. Sometimes the quality was not consistent. So what we've done now is built this objective view that a human couldn't measure just in one class, and it's automatically generated. And so it can include more qualitative feedback too. But what it does include, as you're seeing in there, is insights and data to help a student see the progress. Because in one class, I think that, you've probably all experienced in your own journeys, you go to one class of whatever topic it is that you're studying, and you don't necessarily feel that you've learned a lot. Certainly with languages, that's not the case. But with this, it's about showing the students data that makes them understand that they are moving. It's about recognizing the effort they are making and make it to literally count. It's also a little bit of a celebration moment and a feel-good moment. And then after 5 lessons, we unlock what we call the fluency score. So now we create a baseline. And then after every lesson, we can tell you as a student if your score has changed. And so data says that most students see a change every 2 to 3 lessons. So now as a student, you actually are feeling the progress regularly, and it keeps you going. And we've proven this. We've piloted this in China for a few months now, and it's been proven very successful. We've seen an uplift on, 2 numbers for engagement, for usage, motivation too. 86% of the people showed interest in unlocking these scores, and they were actually willing to continue tracking their score after unlock it. And importantly as well, it has shown positive impact on learning results too. So the students who have been receiving this AI generated insights report, they've been maximizing the learning outcomes too. And last but not least on this pillar of motivation, I wanted to touch on content, because obviously content needs to be engaging, it needs to be relevant, it needs to be meaningful. When you feel connected to what you're learning, then naturally you're going to be more engaged to it, and you're going to learn more or faster or easier. So what we've done is we've revamped the entire course for younger audiences. Actually, we've done it, mainly for you here in Brazil, and we've done it all with AI-generated content. So I'm going to show you now in a minute a video of what we've done. And I want you to keep in mind when you watch that video that the video is made out of the study materials that we've created. So we've just literally copy-pasted a bunch of the study materials. And so you're seeing the content itself that has been AI generated. I'm going to click on next and see if the video works.
So let's get going with this lesson.
Which of the activities below can you commit to? Think about what you prefer from this school to your own and write about it.
And remember to sound polite and friendly.
Great. Did you spot anything unusual? Did you spot what was AI and what wasn't? Let me just share with you that actually every piece on the video with humans that were talking, that was not real humans. We've generated it with AI content generation tools. That's pretty mind-blowing, isn't it? Like, I think that for us, we are now like very used to it. But when I stop and think about it, I realize how mind-blowing that is. All right. 2, second challenge. Learning a language is about acquiring a skill. It's not just knowledge. It requires a lot of practice. We don't want people to rally through the self-study materials and then hit the real world and realize that they don't actually know how to use the language. That's pretty common, sadly. I mean, I definitely have experienced that. I studied English through the entire school time, and then I hit the ground and I couldn't even walk. I couldn't even talk English. And so let me say first that teachers are obviously the best way of doing so. But teachers are not scalable. They are not always affordable, and they are limited to the classroom environment anyway. So in this case, we need to find new ways to enable students to practice their skills. And so what we've done is we've built what we call AI conversations, which is a role play to provide more speaking practice at scale. This role play is actually an open-ended dialogue, so it's not pre-canned. You can talk with the AI and it will respond accordingly. The way we set it up is that you have a clear goal. So this is not about pronunciation. Like most of the activities on this front tend to be ASR based, and they are focused on how you're pronouncing the words, but that's not really producing language in an open-ended real-world environment. So the way we've set it up is that you have a goal and then you have an open dialogue, and you have to use the language to achieve that goal. It happens in a low pressure environment because you don't have someone steering at you. Like sometimes we've interviewed, especially beginners, and they actually feel much more comfortable using these rather than a human. Or it serves as a great way to do it in preparation for actually going and having your class with your teacher, or as a follow-up, because then now you know some areas that you need to improve, and now you can go and do it here. And so then for your next class, you'll be better prepared. And so by combining this with the data on improvement areas, on the areas that the student should be improving, we can generate target practice that has never before been possible. But we have not only done this for speaking, we've done this also for writing. So we set writing challenges. These writing challenges existed in our courseware in the past, but they were marked by real teachers. Now we mark them with AI instantly. In the past, it would take teachers time to actually do it. Again, the quality was not always consistent across the different teachers. And so we've trained a model for correction and feedback and remediation that is trained on the thousands of corrections that we've collected over time by our best teachers. And so what we've done and what is unique about it is that we have related it to the curriculum. So for every lesson, we have multiple scenarios and activities where you can test your skills. This is not something that is just on the side that you can choose to do. You can also do that on top of your curriculum, but it's integrated in the curriculum so that we make sure that as you go through your learning journey, you acquire those skills, you practice as much as you can. All right, and then moving on to the third pillar, and I kind of like want to say that hopefully that you see how these things are kind of like building up, because it's when you combine all of these things that we can start to build a very interesting proposition. Is when we can start thinking about an AI tutor, but again, an AI tutor that amplifies the teacher outside of the classroom environment, that helps them deliver a better experience to their students, a tutor that travels with you as a student throughout the learning experience. So if we pause here for a minute, I wanted to share with you, when we think about an AI tutor, what characteristics do we think an AI tutor should have? And so we think that it should be a consistent presence that comes with you throughout the learning journey, so that it appears in the experience at the right time, in the right place, to give you guidance and to lead you through. It should know you so that it can make things relevant and meaningful for you. It should keep you motivated, keep you engaged, help you understand the progress that you're making, even sometimes before you can feel it. And those moments are pretty amazing. I can tell you because I've seen it. When people realize how much they're learning, or when we have videos that literally you have one person from class 1 and then you show them how much they've improved from class 5, not only with data, but with videos. It's mind-blowing. And they didn't even realize, like if you ask them with a simple survey, they would say like, no, I haven't learned much yet. But with these mechanisms, they start to see it. And really, really important, an AI tutor should give students timely feedback and recommend what's the best next action for them to maximize the learning outcome. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you an example of a snippet of our course on a place on the course where the AI tutor shows up through the final task. That is just a snippet. The AI tutor would go way beyond that, showing in the entire experience. But hopefully this is enough for you to kind of like realize what I'm talking about.
Okay, today you're going to be speaking to your manager about some proposed office renovations. Review the conversation goal, and when you're ready, hit start.
Here the tutor is being present and introducing to you the goal and kind of like letting you know what you should be doing.
Hey, well, how did the conversation?
As you might have heard, we are planning to renovate the office. Do you have any thoughts or suggestions?
I like bright colors and big space.
That's great to hear. Bright colors can really energize the space. Do you think we should focus on any specific areas for more space?
Maybe we should expand the meeting room.
The meeting rooms.
That's a good point. Expanding the meeting rooms could make them more comfortable for everyone. What kind of features would you like to see in the new meeting rooms?
I like some big, cozy sofas.
Big, cozy sofas would definitely make the meeting rooms more inviting. Do you think we should also include some technology upgrades like better screens or video conferencing tools?
Sure, that sounds great.
I'm glad you agree. Having good technology will help with collaboration. Is there anything else you think we should consider for the renovation?
No, that's it.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Your input is valuable and will definitely be considered during the renovation planning process.
So here the tutor is reacting to what you're saying. So it's personalized to you. And as you can see, it's an open-ended conversation. And it also offers tips and suggestions. I don't know if you saw that at some point you can click kind of like an icon and it gives you some suggestions that you can actually listen to and then kind of like play it out. So it offered guidance and support too.
You did well getting your basic ideas across.
As you might have heard, we are planning to renovate the office. Do you have any thoughts or suggestions?
Hey, welcome back. How did the conversation go? Do you think you hit the key objectives? Looking at your word count, there are definitely some opportunities to keep pushing further, particularly with the amount you spoke. Let's examine the objectives and find some tips to improve next time.
So in here, as you can see, it offers timely and personalized and meaningful feedback. It recommends the best next action to maximize the learning outcome. And it, of course, includes a little bit of a celebration, because who doesn't like confetti, right? And so hopefully that kind of like help you understand, you know, what we are trying to do. And obviously this we feel that this checks the definition that we've given ourselves of an AI tutor. This is where we are today, and we are on the path to get there. But we haven't finished. We are still learning loads. What we think, though, is that we believe that AI tutors and human teachers are going to coexist. But it requires the right combination of structured courses, real-time feedback and assessment, personalization, and AI alongside teachers to deliver the best learning outcomes. As I said, we are determined to deliver our mission, because by giving everyone access to personal tuition, it will give them skills to take action and transform their lives. So later this year, we're going to be launching a bunch of these things, and I'll come back next year if you'd like, and then I'll let you know what happened. But I think that's kind of like it for me. And I'm happy to take any questions now.
And just thank you a lot. It was amazing to see real AI applied to learning and development. So we only have time for just one question. And the thing is, you just said that you're going to be here next year, but what about 2 years, let's say? Where do you see the future? Because it's so crazy, the amount of changes and the speed of changes. What do you think is going to happen in 2 years' time?
It's really crazy, as you just said. And again, it's really nice. Like every day there are new things. Like even when we are doing prototypes and testing things, like I'm not joking, like from 1 week to the week after, it's like, no, we have to scrap that and start again, because now we have this thing and this other thing and we can improve things. So what will happen from here in 2 years, I cannot really predict, and I'm also happy to come back here whenever you want to have me. But we do believe, again, we are launching these things already, you know, a bunch of these things next year. These things will empower both students and teachers to have a better experience. AI will just be part of it. It will be kind of like mixed in the journey. So an example of it would be, you know, if when you come to study with us in EF, and you come through our global experience, the one that I kind of like showed you at the beginning, the first thing you will find out, it's an AI tutor. The shape and form of that AI tutor, by the way, despite the fact that today in this presentation, I showed it to you with a human avatar, it might not be human. It may be a character. That's still kind of like, again, evolving every day. But you will for sure be greeted by someone in a personalized way for you, even though you cannot have a teacher you know, side by side with you when you join. And that person is going to be, that person on that, or that few teacher assistants, if you'd like, will be with you throughout the journey. I really do believe that we can now solve this problem that we haven't been able to solve in 40 years. And the AI tutor will be present not only, kind of like in the online self-study mode, but it will also be present within private lessons, within group classes. Like, there are some prototypes and some of the things that we've done on the kind of like group lessons side of things, where you can have breakout rooms where you practice with other students and an AI agent. So it's like the teacher now multiplies by as many breakout rooms you do have. And then everybody comes back. And then there's the human real teacher that it's able to kind of like come in and out of the different ones. So I'm afraid that this is not a straight answer, but it's hopefully given you a good overview of all the crazy, amazing things that could happen very, very quickly.
Just gave a straight and passionate answer, and I thank you for that. Thank you for being here and inspire us. See you.
Pleasure. Bye-bye. Thank you, everyone.